I don't give a damn about none of the religions. Ain't none of them worth shit. Okay? Now let me prove it to you. The only thing religion has ever done successfully is divide people. Don't take my word. Look at it your damn self if you can tell yourself the truth. Okay? Religion divides people. There ain't but one God. All of these motherfuckers are serving the same God. Okay? There ain't but one God. Okay? Called by many names. And can't none of these religious motherfuckers get along. Pay attention, goddammit. That's why you got all these different fucking churches, different races, and then in the black community, you got different collections of people claiming they serving God. There ain't but one God. Now let me quote scripture, since that's all. Folks say, why use scripture since you don't believe in religion? I said, because it's the only thing my people think they know. Okay? Think about this. Okay? If God is our Father, okay? Scripture says, I must be about my Father's business. If you look out the window and you see your Father in a life and death struggle, and God is in a life and death struggle, if you look out the window and see your Father in a life and death struggle, what are you going to do? You're going to go out there
and help him out.
Exactly, okay? As I look through this world, because Scripture says I must be about my Father's business. As I look through this world, I see Satan's children working full-time plus for their daddy. We the children of the Most High are either on vacation or a long-ass break with no intentions of bringing our punk asses back to work.
Furlough.
See what I'm saying? As I said, earn your right to breathe. God wakes you up every day. See what I'm saying? Cat told me, he said, New World, I can't live the righteous life, man. It's hard. I said, I ain't got nothing you ain't got. Okay? You and me are the same. The only difference in us is choices. You choose to be a goddamn fool. I choose to live a righteous life. And that's all I'm saying. To know God is to know yourself. Introduce you to you in 2017 and change this world for the better. Not for me, not for your worthless ass, but for these babies. God bless you.
Ashe.
I mean, he said it. He said it. All religion does and all it has done is separate people. Some people will say that it has brought some people together, but it brought people together in sections. And then within each section, it created other subsections. And all of these sections war and fight against one another over who is worshiping the one true God the correct way. First, we have the separation by major religions. And what's interesting that in the past, those separation was also territorial based on, Hindus are over in India. Christians are in the Levant. Jews are in the Levant. Christians then got into Europe. You had different religions throughout Africa, the Ifa, and you had people who worshiped other deities and then they were forced into Christianity. You had the Americas, they had their own religions. Everybody had their own religions based on their geography initially. But then as people began to conquer one another, of course, Islam, Christianity became two of the major religions. And along with Hinduism, those are the top three largest religions in the world. But then people start to section themselves off even within those religions. And you got Shiites and Sunnis, you got Catholics and Protestants and Calvinists and Baptists and Methodists and all these other different things where people keep separating themselves. Then Seventh-day Adventists and Mormons and so on and so forth. And non-denominational. And everybody claims to be worshiping the one true God. But none of you can prove that your God actually exists. Even this gentleman. I used to be in his position, thinking that everybody was worshiping the one true God, but just worshiping in different ways. And because of that difference, it would stir up negative energy within them. And then they would lose the actual appearance of the one true God because they couldn't see him because they don't have any love for one another, which all these religions should have love. But the fact that there's a difference, they all fight. So the negative portion of the brain takes over. Then I just have to realize that none of these people understand who, if there is a God, who it would be. Because no God would fit into the categories to which people have put that God in those categories. God is unknowable, undefinable. Just as you yourself, if you think about it, you yourself are truly unknowable and truly undefinable. You don't even know who you fully are. So how in the hell you think you know who a being that you claim that created you fully is? You can't fully define yourself. How can you define a being that is supposedly omnipotent, eternal, when you can't even define your finite self? Did you ever think about that? I mean, really, when you meet somebody, tell me about yourself. They tell you where they work, what kind of work they do, tell you how many kids they got, if they're married. They tell you about a few hobbies that they like, maybe a few character traits. But can they really tell you who they really are? Most people, 99.99999% of them, cannot truly and fully define themselves. So how in the hell are they supposed to define a higher being? You can't even define your parents. So you mean to tell me you can define a God in a book, in a religion? And whether you call it a religion or relationship, it's based on some arcane or ancient mindset that is culturally different than ours today. And you want to say that's God, or your emotions are God, and you can't even fully understand or define your emotions. Something to work on. The man was right. You want to meet God, meet yourself. But truly, truly get to know and meet yourself and know yourself and define yourself. That's your first step before you can even contemplate meeting, knowing, relationship, defining some deity that is beyond your finite mind. You have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.